Welcome to episode 13, season 4 of A Brief History and Nothing. On this day we have, in 1799, Matthew Flinders, explorer known for circumnavigating Australia, discovered Redcliffe Point in Queensland, now known as the city of Redcliffe. In 1945 the Potsdam Conference began. The three major powers of World War II were deciding how to divide up Germany. In 1955, Disneyland, the world's first theme park, opened, and in 1998 the International Criminal Court was established. It was mooted back as far back as 1907, and then again in 1919 when the League of Nations was formed, and then again after World War II when the United Nations was formed, but finally it came into being in 1998. Okay, now, James, have you joined any good cults this week?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But yes, there's been a few of them. And what we can, you don't need to be an idiot to join a cult. Basically, to get involved with certain groups, you just need to be vulnerable, you just need to have, just a lapse in critical thinking. So, if you ever find yourself in a vulnerable situation, someone you close died, or you've been in a breakup or something, just make sure that if someone promises the earth,
yes,
just to be a little sceptical of them.
What? Be sceptical of someone promising me the earth?
Yeah, well, metaphorically speaking, but yes. Anyway, so I've listed a few cults. I've listed a few cults here. Some you may have heard of, some you may not have heard of. The first one is Heaven's Gate, because you need to follow a guy that says he can save you if you commit mass suicide to go on an alien spaceship.
That's hiding in the tail of the Hale-Bopp comet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really believable.
Yeah, well, people believe him.
Yes, I find that strange.
So basically he started this thing called human individual metamorphosis. I know some big words. In the early 70s, and just basically it was tracking the tail end of the hippie movement.
Yes, all those disillusioned people that had dropped out and who were looking for the next thing, really.
Pretty much, and then eventually turned into Heaven's Gate, which basically is a UFO cult with smatterings of Christianity.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
That does sound like a plan. Speaking of strange people who claim to be a saviour, there's a little guy out in Kingaroy here in Queensland, which is a few hours drive away, who claims to be Jesus.
Fair enough. So Jesus lives in Kingaroy?
Jesus apparently does live in Kingaroy.
Oh, good. And his wife is?
Mary Magdalene.
Okay. Yep, no problem.
I'm sure.
I'm cool with this. Yep.
Cool. Okay, so you got that so far?
Yeah.
Right. And apparently what's going to happen is that a huge continent is going to rise up in the Pacific Ocean. Okay. Causing huge tsunamis and earthquakes.
Well, that is more likely than the fact that Jesus is living in Kingaroy.
Probably a little more likely, yes.
I'm not saying that it is in fact likely, I'm just saying that it's in fact more likely.
Yeah, so that's why he's built so far inland.
Fair enough.
Yes.
So the first 100 k's or so of Queensland are just going to go whoosh.
Yeah, they're just going to be more ocean now.
Okay, so Kingaroy will be oceanfront land.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I'm sure this house will make a nice artificial reef. And so another one you may have heard of, called the Moonies.
Ah, yes.
Yes, Sun Young Moon, because you need a good arranged mass marriage.
Well, yes, you do. You do need a good arranged mass marriage. I mean, you need to marry with 300 or so other couples on the same day in a basketball stadium.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
You do.
I was thinking that the other day.
And apparently, see, any day now, even though Reverend Sun Young Moon is now dead, who was not only an excessive drinker but also a cokehead, and I'm not talking about the brand of cola, yeah, apparently that any day now Jesus is going to come and the universal language is going to be Korean.
Can't see it.
Can't see it?
No, I've got to say, I would struggle for possibly Chinese.
Mandarin specifically, you reckon, or Cantonese?
I'm trying to make up my mind on that one.
Okay, but I mean, English is hard, so we need something else.
Yeah.
Um,
Spanish.
Spanish will work.
Yes.
But
So we'll all be Asian speaking Spanish.
something like that.
Well, that makes as much sense as what you've previously been saying.
Well, yeah, again, but at least they don't believe in Xenu, like Scientology does.
Yeah, yeah. But you can believe in Xenu as long as you fork out thousands of dollars.
Yeah, of course. Because you don't get to know about Xenu straight up. That's how they recruit. They don't have the really crazy stuff first up. You've got to pay them thousands of dollars to do auditing, basically counselling with what's called an e-meter. So you hang on to two cans while the auditor watches the dial.
Yeah, okay, yep. So far, it's the most sane of the group.
But yeah,
That's the scary part about all this, isn't it?
that's the scary part. Yes, and and you fork over thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and eventually you get to operating Satan. You get to operating Satan 3, and you get to find out about Xenu and how he took the souls of what are now humans to Earth and blew them up with hydrogen bombs in volcanoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next time I see a hydrogen bomb in a volcano, I'll know that that's correct.
Yes. You just go down to the... I think here in Brisbane, I think the local Scientology church is in Annerley, actually.
There's one over in Wynnum.
There is?
Yeah.
Church of
Or
Scientology?
a reading room, anyway.
Oh, right. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's I could have gone on and on and on. There's so many of them.
Children of God and Branch Davidian and...
Yeah, fundamentalist Latter-day Saints, and they're a fun bunch.
Yep. Well, you were going to form a new one, weren't you?
Oh yes, I'm going to form another religious cult. It's called Wheatonism, named after Will Wheaton, known for playing
Wesley Crusher.
Wesley Crusher on Star Trek: The Next Generation. See, his personal philosophy is don't be a dick.
Yeah, which is a good personal philosophy, really. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
But the ideal religion would be a combination of that and pay it forward.
Something like that.
Don't be a dick and pay it forward.
Don't be a dick and pay it forward. But see, you have you have sermons and everything, but then you would have a confessional. You go into the booth, right, and then you'd say, look, please forgive me, I have been a dick. And then you explain what you did.
And then you go and do several nice things and pay it forward.
Yes.
Yeah, see, that works. That's a good
religion.
Yeah. Do no harm. Don't be a dick. And do the right thing by other people. What a stupid religion that is.
I know, right?
Oh, God.
Anyway.
That's definitely a cult. That is definitely a cult.
Oh yes, yeah, I can see that going south.
Okay, who got borned today?
Well, you may have heard of a particular hymn called "Joy to the World." Not Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog, the other Joy to the World, made by a guy called Isaac Watts. He was born on this day in 1674, and in 1917, basically one of the first main big comedians, Phyllis Diller, was born on this day in 1917, and in 1935 Donald Sutherland also born.
Yeah, you may know him from as Oddball in Kelly's Heroes, or as the original Hawkeye in the movie MASH in '72.
Yes, and you may know his son from 24.
Kiefer Sutherland. Yes.
Kiefer Sutherland, yes. Another one, Camilla Parker Bowles, current wife of Prince of Wales.
Prince Charles, yes.
Prince Charles, Prince of... no, he's not Prince of Wales, is
yes,
he?
Yes,
he's Prince of Wales? Okay. And David Hasselhoff.
Actor, singer.
Actor, singer.
And semi-professional drunk.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tried to do Baywatch, tried to do Knight Rider, really didn't do well.
Baywatch did do well.
Baywatch did do well, Knight Rider did do well, but it's still just his acting. Yes. I could probably act better.
Okay.
And the current Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel, born on this day in 1954.
Well, David Hasselhoff was born in 52.
52, yes, I forgot that.
Not a problem. Alright, that's the show for today. We'll see you in the dark side. He has cookies.
And
Bye.
he has cookies too. Bye-bye.